All right. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are back. It's been a couple of crazy developments happening off of the show, but we're here. And how you guys been?
Good.
Yeah. Okay, Paul, how you been?
I got my coffee and my rocks,
Rock's nice.
so I'm okay.
So you're a rock collector now?
I obviously am. I'm going to sweeten my coffee with some
He's a rock star.
rocks, I guess. Yeah,
Those are that's high quality sugar. You should be.
sugar. This is not refined sugar. I'll tell you that.
It's not refined. You're not refined.
It's like the gravel on the way to the sugar plant.
It's but that is
It's like sweetened by the sugar
that's
on the way.
top G sugar.
Top G sugar.
Top G
Oh,
sugar.
boy.
Top G sugar.
Top sugar.
Well, I'm going to sprinkle some rocks in my
Sprinkle
cup.
it. Sprinkle it.
Paul, I wanted to ask you, have you sold anything? I mean, you have a Volvo for sale. You have an E30 for sale.
What are you talking
You have an
about?
engine for sale.
He's a hoarder. Everything's
you
up to
have,
order.
you have all these
I'm an
projects going
opportunist.
on,
Whatever. It's
and you're trying to swap things around. So, any progress on any of those things that I just brought up?
no progress. Just buying more stuff. That's what I make progress in. I bought some more stuff. Well, did I talk about buying the engine? Yeah, I did. I bought the engine. So, no, I stopped buying stuff. Now I'm just working on the car and trying to get it ready for swapping the engine over. So I have stopped my buying frenzy until I get the car further than it is. But no, there's still a Volvo for sale. There's still an E30 for sale, and I don't know. I may sell everything else too.
It's
Never
funny.
know.
I was talking to Chris. I went by Jackson's, and I said, yeah, Paul's got because he likes the 4-door.
Who does?
Chris, he likes the 4-door E30, and
Oh, yeah.
that my E30 is just about had it.
Yeah.
So he wants to get another E30 and swap everything over. He's like, Paul still got that E30, right? He's like, okay. He goes, it'll still be there when I'm ready. He goes, I was like, he wants $2,000 for it. He goes, I'll get him down.
What?
I'll wait till he gets desperate.
I've been holding it for him. Never mind. Screw it. It's on it now. I'm going to tell him I sold it.
That's funny.
I sold it.
But yeah, Paul's stopping buying parts because he's got to catch up with the work that needs to be done. Right? He has more parts than
Didn't work.
more work than.
No,
How-
more parts.
how does that
than
work?
When I knew my parts were starting to offset my workspace, I knew that's when I had to stop.
Okay, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he has to catch up putting
I
the
had to-
parts in.
I had to sell some stuff, so I sold my clutch, my old clutch from the VQ.
Who'd you sell that to? Did you sell it to Juan?
Juan.
Oh, he did finally come over?
Yeah, Juan.
Hey, now.
He came over and he got the clutch. I also sold him the engine mounts too. I had the stock sway bar. He needed the stock sway bar, so I just gave that to him. So he bought the clutch and the motor mounts from me. So those things are gone. I just need to get rid of all our other stuff. But yeah, then I still have the Volvo too, so I don't even know what to do with that. So if anybody wants like to build like a sim out of a car, I have one for you. Just come and take it away, and you can build whatever you want with it.
Build whatever your heart desires.
Okay.
There's a LS swap Volvo on for sale
There's a lot of
You
LS
seen
swap
them?
Volvos. Yeah,
locally.
yeah.
I think I wants like $10,000 for it though.
Yeah, it's expensive typically. I mean, it's a lot of money to swap an LS. I mean,
It is.
it's not cheap. I've learned that.
Yeah. But Pico de Gallo Racing, Brandon Pico,
Oh.
is almost done with my harness.
I
It's looking
see.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I can send you how fast I can send you pictures.
Spency.
I wonder if I can text them to you, or I can email them to you.
Yeah,
Can you
send the email.
let,
Yeah.
let me email. Talk about something.
Talk about something.
Oh boy!
Oh god. I don't know. What
Well, why don't we
wait?
wait patiently for Tim to just
Play some
navigate his
play-
phone?
Yeah, play some elevator music or something.
Yeah, or just why don't we do this? Yeah, there we
Oh
go.
wait, no, it's coming now.
Were you gonna cut? Were you gonna? What,
Okay,
is,
wait,
is
that
he
is
gonna
one
beam it to the
recipient.
screen? What the hell?
No, it's already in the thing.
In the thing.
It's in the cloud.
Queue. It's in the
In the
queue.
cloud. Oh, you got a cloud.
It's a queue. It's just one picture.
queue.
It's coming.
got a
It's
queue.
coming.
Okay, all right.
So when do you guys have a queue?
But anyhow, I'll set up the picture. So basically, Pico de Gallo Racing he does a lot of harnesses. He's done. I think he's done Jeff Jones harness. He did
Jeff Jones, really?
yeah, he did Jaden Martirana's harness. He's makes nice stuff. So he's doing my harness for my car and is looking really good. He's actually labeling everything And it wasn't until about a half hour ago when my brother says, that's expensive. Heat shrink. And I'm thinking, oh, crap, how much is this going to cost me? There was no agreed upon budget. And I'm starting to learn that I need to start setting budgets.
If you start seeing like motorsport connectors, like the aluminum, like bulkhead
there it is.
Hang on.
Like,
It's not
zoom
up yet.
in.
Finish. Hang on.
No. It's zoom in.
People aren't seeing it yet. Relax.
Oh, okay.
I'm setting it up.
Okay, set it up. Set it up.
So go ahead.
So if you start seeing these aluminum like connectors,
there's no aluminum connectors there.
well, there could be on the okay.
Plastic connectors.
Okay, well I see
All right,
one DTM.
now people can
I
see
see
it.
one DTM connector over there, Deutsch connector, and then just a bunch of just fuel injector connectors. So no, I mean it's not super expensive. Wait, what's that in the far end?
Can you zoom in?
What is that in the far end?
Wait, here?
No, to the left,
Here?
up, all the way to the right a little bit. That zoom into that.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, shit.
cars.
Whoa.
Ah,
Can you not zoom?
No,
Control zoom.
I don't. Wait.
Yeah, control forward. There we go.
there we go.
Enhance.
Enhancing.
Yeah, what is that? I don't know. Anyways, the connectors can get expensive. Depends on what none of those connectors are expensive so far there. So it's just you see on the black heat shrink. You see where it says rate chem
Down to the right.
to the right.
A little more. Boom. Right there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it says DR25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just expensive stuff.
So what does DR stand for?
I think diesel resistance.
Oh, okay. I'll go with
So
that.
it's,
I can't argue with you on that.
I can't remember exactly.
Anyhow.
I'm not a motorsport wiring pro, but all I know is that stuff is money.
Well,
So it looks real nice.
I might have to make payments.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyhow,
Well, it looks nice.
yeah, those look good. It's gonna be great. It's gonna look good in the car. He's gonna help me get it started. I talked to my tuner that put the program on it. Asked him some questions, and he's like, "Well, it's about
Jordan?
time." Yeah, Jordan. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's probably like,
He's like,
I'm like, what? That was
I'm sure
10 years ago.
It was actually 6.
6 years ago.
So yes, I thought about it. It really hasn't been 12 years. It's been about like 6 years because when I was, it probably wasn't until I was married for about 2 years before I got this, 2 or 3 years. I've been married for 9 years, so it's been about 6 years since I've had this.
Oh,
The chassis?
The chassis, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, we've had the chassis in our family
you've had the chassis.
since 2011, 2010,
I don't trust his memory.
2010.
Anyhow, point is that I've had this car for about 6 years. I've had it in my possession for a year. It's been with Jackson for 5 years. It actually went through 3 different Jackson Performance shops.
Oh,
It's a Survivor.
Yeah, it's a Survivor.
nice.
It's
You put like a commemorative plaque or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere on the
All the
chassis.
addresses.
all the addresses, right? Yeah. But anyhow, once the wiring harness is done, I was able to extend the steering shaft, so that's good. I found a place in Malaysia
What?
that sells. I'm gonna send you another picture.
Yeah.
That sells E46 or E92.
Did you just go to the website?
Yeah, we could do that. Well, it's a Facebook page actually.
Oh, we can't do that.
Can you do that or no?
No.
You can't do that. Okay, so I'll
You
send you a
can't
picture.
run Facebook through Russia.
Ah,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Anywho, they make a conversion for an E46 with an E92 front end, and since I already have the bumper and the hood, and their conversion is for a 4-door, I really only need the front fenders.
Okay.
So that's kind of the plan to get that, and if I can get the fenders sent from Malaysia, then I just basically the front end swap will be pretty much done. So
I'm just surprised you're worrying about this when you still got to try to pay off the harness that's getting built for you.
well, you're planning.
He didn't know about the harness until I told him.
It's all about planning,
it. He's
right?
like, oh, it's just black stuff.
Yeah.
Tape.
Yeah, it's
Little
probably like
cheap
electrical tape.
Little electrical tape.
It's all about planning, right? And so we plan for the future, and it's coming from Malaysia, so it could probably take a while, right?
Yeah.
So,
It took me forever to get my bumpers, and they only from Dominican Republic. So yeah.
But this
You
company,
probably could have flown over there yourself and just picked it up.
I should have. We should have went to a drift event.
Yeah, gone to a drift event. Try to fit it into.
Do
Do they have Walmarts over there?
Well, I don't know, but I'm sure they have something similar.
Yeah.
And try to get multiple suitcases and wrap it up and try to bring it as a carry-on. And yeah,
carry on. That's been nice.
you probably do that with one of those. What the hell are the kits called? Oh God, the KDF kits or KDM kits. What are they called?
Yes. Yeah.
No, not KDF.
KBD.
KBD. Yeah, KBD
Yeah.
kits. You could probably do that, but fold it all up and put it in a suitcase and then take it with you.
Yeah.
But not these. Not the. Kit
I'm
I
curious.
have.
I'd be curious to hear stories from people that have encountered like weird items being thrown into a carry-on, like an overhead bin. I mean, because I remember seeing either a carry-on or checked in.
Yeah.
I think checked in will probably be a little bit more
Yeah, you're
extravagant.
gonna see a lot more different things. than
But
checked in.
just to see like the ingenuity of people trying to
Trying to
figure out
carry it
ways
on.
to put parts or miscellaneous items onto an overhead bin of a plane, I'd like to hear like some stories.
I'm sure there's
about
some
that.
like
Yeah, I had a
crazy
friend that was
stories.
doing TSA for a while. He had some interesting stories. But hey, see if you got the picture. You should have the picture. now.
Okay. That
But
was
yeah,
fast.
Hey, pretty efficient when I can be.
So I saw you got matching wheels for the front.
Yeah, I have the matching wheels. Not in color.
Yeah,
but they're the same
whatever.
wheel.
I don't have my fronts are different than my backs.
I was able to pick up 3. So Varstowen makes the same wheel.
Oh, really?
So I picked up 3 Varstowens that were 5x1 14.3, but I already had the adapters for the front.
Oh, okay.
That were 8-inch
So
wide.
it spaces them out
So
anyways.
they're
You need
18 by
space.
8 in the front, 18 by 9.5 in the back. So there's right there.
Oh, wow.
So the conversion looks good on a 4-door.
Yeah.
They do a good job.
Yeah, just you're gonna have to merge that into the bumper because that flare is not gonna.
Yeah, but I could figure that out. That flare, I'm not too worried about that.
Yeah. But that'll at least set up the hood for you and everything else. It'll line everything else up.
Right. The only thing I have to do is maybe get a piece of a flare. I don't know, do something, but
Well, you can
looks
print
good,
something
though.
out too.
yeah.
My
So-
question is it functional, like aerodynamically functional?
Well, we don't care about aerodynamics. It's
Yeah.
just about
What are you
looks.
talking about? Why are you bringing those questions to
Yeah.
us?
You know what we can do is once you put it together, I can scan it and then we can print out a little piece.
Oh yeah.
Because I got the scanner now. So
Oh, you got the scanner?
Yeah, I got the scanner. Yeah, so I can scan. Once you put all the parts on, we can scan it and then make
How
a
are you gonna
3D
scan
piece.
if there's nothing to scan? Because I don't have that front bumper.
No, dummy.
I'm a dummy. I don't understand.
No, put the bumper that you have on. You put that fender and that in the hood that you have, and we'll 3D design a piece that makes that arch
to fill in that.
flow over, and it'll be just a part that bolts on to the bumper.
We're getting high tech.
Yeah,
Paul's got a lot of toys.
yeah. Well, keep on spending money but not doing anything with it.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna get at.
Okay. And actually, we could scan the whole fender. So if I ever wreck the fender again,
And print it out again. Yeah, right. You
can print it out.
Yeah.
Can you print out something that big?
If you had a printer big enough.
No, but there are
Somebody-
places that if you send that somewhere, can they print that out? Like, would it be worth it?
No, because it just fall apart. What you could do is use it as a mold, and for a fiberglass like mold. But
I can't do that physically.
Paul,
I'm sure there's somebody in
I got a
Mi-
question.
sure there's
How
somebody in Miami.
portable is the printer? Because
the printer.
yeah, think about it. How
Scanner.
portable is a printer? Can you take it to an event? So, for instance, if Tim breaks a fender,
Can you print me out a whole new bumper?
It's like to
I need
print
a bumper stat.
a printer that can print out that is probably going to take a week or maybe like 2 weeks to print out a fender.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was instant.
No, layer by layer with a little nozzle. Imagine it as a glue, like you ever use a hot glue gun.
Well, you're not paying top dollar for a printer
I'm
for
not top G.
what it seems
Not
like.
top G.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
not
top
top
G.
G.
He's not top G.
I got
No,
that
he's not.
Noel money. You know?
Top G.
I got that holy noly money.
Yeah.
You know, from all that judging. Maybe
Oh,
doing-
Well,
right.
grab that thing you printed out over there. You just
oh
reach,
yeah, yeah.
We can talk about
reach
that.
out. He printed this out for me,
Oh, he did? Okay.
and I think that should be sent out now. I think you sent right.
Yeah, it'll be here Monday.
Nice. So, can you see that?
This is a coil pack cover. with drift sessions cut out in it, and this is just a mock-up. And basically, we what are you doing?
Just ignore.
You're curing something else up.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we just got this cut out of aluminum and anodized, so it should be here about Monday from Send Cut Send.
Mm-hmm. So if anybody wants a 1JZ coil pack that says drift sessions,
let
us know.
Yeah, it's $100, and just send you the file.
Or you get? Oh, okay.
Wait, you can go to Send Cut Send and just have them cut it out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, and they send it to you.
we're non-profit or not for
We're
profit.
not for
making
profit. Yeah, because nobody wants to put our name on them.
But if they do,
But hey,
we'll send them the
$100.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, buddy. That won't work on a 2J.
No,
1J only.
it's only this is a 1J non VVTI.
So specific.
But I think the VVTI, non-VVTI,
I don't think
same
they
valve
would
covers.
work. I don't know.
Well, talking about Jay-Z's, Tim, you were going to mention something that happened with Jay-Z of some kind? You had a story?
Yeah, so I do have a story. So my son was looking for something Jay-Z powered. He's been saving money for a while.
Yeah, and last time we talked about how you went for a test drive and the wheel fell out?
Yeah, the wheel fell off and it rolled right into the canal. So that was an SC300. And I looked at two other SC300s. One guy, the last guy I met, he was in Coral Springs. He was really cool. And but the dash was totally cracked and the seats were totally cracked, and now it had the Jay-Z in it, but it had like a lot of issues. The guy wanted $12,500 for it.
Sheesh.
Which, I mean, that's what they're going for. All the SEs are around 15. Any SC300 that has a swap in it, like a legitimate swap, is going for, well, the swaps alone are going for like $8,000 now, just for the Jay-Z swap.
Yeah, swaps are
7
insane.
$8 grand
Just the
for,
engine itself?
just for the engine itself,
With
with the harness and but not including transmission. So everything's kind of gone through the roof. Anyways, he found a Soarer, right-hand drive, legitimate Soarer, and bone stock, nothing done to it. In Miami, we went down to look at it the first time, and he wanted like 14. He wanted like 14 or 15 for it. We got him down to 13. So we said, okay, we'll go down there. We went down there to take a look at it. We take it for a test drive, and I'm driving it around the block, and we get maybe 2 blocks, and the car shuts off. The guy was cool. He's like, he had like I don't know, he had some right-hand drive Toyota, was it a Land Rover or something, right-hand drive, like an older one. And he's like,
Land Cruiser.
Land Cruiser, yeah, I think it was Land Cruiser. And he goes, I have 2 batteries in my truck. He goes, I'll take one out. So he took one out, and then we got it to start with the other battery, and then we drove it back over to his place. I had my meter in my truck, checked it, and the alternator wasn't coming. It wasn't charging the battery. So we're like, we can't pick it up now anyway, so just we'll call. He wasn't the guy that was showing it to us, wasn't the guy that owned it. Although he had the title or whatever, he wasn't the one that actually owned the vehicle. We left, contacted the guy on the vehicle, say, hey, let's take $1,000 off it, and we'll take the car as is. We'll get an alternator and fix it. We'll tow it, whatever. And then the guy was like, well, no, my friend's already taking the alternator out. We'll get it fixed for you and do it for 13. I was like, all right, let us know when you get it fixed. 2 days later, sends a picture with the battery charging, right? The car running, and got it fixed. I was hoping they were going to get a new alternator, but they didn't. They got a rebuilt alternator.
Huh.
Now, it's in Miami area, right not too far from your house. It's right off Lejeune.
Hey, careful.
Yeah, right off Lejeune in that area.
Yeah.
It was actually right by one of the company I work for, one of their branches, like literally a block over.
Oh, okay.
So anyhow, we pick up the car. Car is driving great. Everything seems like it's good. AC works. Dash is not cracked at all, but you can see it's drying out right on the top of where the cluster is. But for the most part, there's no spots on the interior, the headliner, everything looks really good. Engine looks spotless. I lift up to where the tire well was. It looks brand new underneath it. It's got about 62,000 kilometers, so it's like 30,000 miles-ish. And, everything worked, right? Transmission, shift, everything good. Bone stock, no modifications to it whatsoever, which is hard to find. Even come from Japan, a lot of times they modify them. Anyhow, on the way back, we ran out of gas. We kind of knew it was low. It's a long story, but we were close to a gas station, got gas, got it started. Anyways, Took it home. My son's pretty happy, you know. He's pretty cool. He's got a Sword right-hand drive. I'm pretty excited for him too. It actually has it. Back then they had the shock towers that actually adjust the
Electric,
the comfort suspension.
Oh, okay.
We said sport and comfort.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know they had it back in '94.
Yeah, it was back. It was started with BMW and then Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyhow, he goes over to his friend's house that night, and he calls me at like 2:00 in the morning. I'm sleeping. Like my phone was off. He called my wife, and I'm like, you know, he's not the best under pressure and when things go down. Let me just say that. So anyhow, I'm 3:30 in the morning going to pick him up, and the alternator fuse has blown. Right, so now you're thinking, okay, what kind of alternator did they put in there? And he had rolled the windows down. I guess because they were trying. He drove it and they rolled the windows. I don't know why they rolled the windows down, but they rolled the windows down. And Florida storms, especially the storms coming through here, have been pretty bad. It was a debacle just to get somebody to tow it the next day. We left it at his friend's house. They were able to push it in their driveway. We put tarps over the doors. First tow truck gets there. He's like, I can't get it out of the driveway because it was in a driveway in the street. And I told the tow truck, I was like, listen, it's in a driveway. We're not there. I don't have the keys because it was Sunday. I was at church. I was like, I don't have the keys. You need to be able to pick it up from the back. It's pulled in forward. You just pick it up in the back and pull it. It's not lowered. It'll be fine, right? First guy couldn't do it. I'm like, okay. Second guy, I told him the same thing. Guy gets there. He's like, I can't tow this. I'm like, well, he's like nasty. I'm like, dude, this guy's a
Well,
D-bag.
what did he show up in?
I don't know.
was it a
He showed up.
okay.
He showed up in a flatbed.
Oh, okay.
And both times like, I don't need a flatbed. I told him exactly, you know, you're not going to be able to pull it on a flatbed because there's nobody there, right? You don't have the keys. There's nobody there. You're not going to be able to turn the steering wheel. You're not going to be able to get into
You need a repo guy. That's what you needed.
Yeah, that's
Should've
what I
called a
needed, a
repo.
repo guy.
Called a repo guy.
Yeah, he
Hey, I
had to
need
pick
you
that
repo this
sucker up
car.
and had it back, you know, like super quick and no problem because it was only 7 miles away. It's in town, so it wasn't far. Anyhow, they finally get it over there. Josh, he ended up going over there with the keys, and they were able to get it on the flatbed. And then a storm came in, blew the car cover off, so some water got in on it. So of course he's stressed out. He's worried about mold and how that's going to affect the dash. Is that going to cause it to crack? But I was over there today. I happen to have a 1J alternator for this car originally, but I didn't go with that alternator. I went with a Mechman instead. So I took that alternator, went over there, and it is super. I changed the alternator in like 20 minutes. I've never done that car before. It was really easy.
Yeah.
But what I had to end up having to do, because his alternator has an oval plug, and the one I have has a round plug. So I was like, well, they're the same alternator. Let me take them apart. Let me see how they come apart. And so I took the back covers off, and they're identical underneath. You basically that stator or the regulator or whatever that's on there that has the oval plug. It was just literally two screws. Take this one off, take this one, just swap them. So I was able to put the oval plug stator on my alternator, and then I checked the alternator. I pulled out of his car with my meter, and I was checking continuity. Basically, if I took my meter, I went right to the positive terminal of the alternator, and I just went right to the actual alternator casing. I was getting dead short, right from somewhere inside that alternator is dead shorted to the casing of the alternator.
Wow.
But I wasn't able to get a run today because Toyota uses these special fuses for the alternator. I ordered a fuse on Amazon, and it looked same. It had the same part number, which I had looked up, and it wasn't the same fuse. It looked very similar, but not the same. So then on Wednesday, I had to order another fuse from Toyota Parts, and that's supposed to be here tomorrow. So hopefully, Lord willing, I'll put that fuse on, and I don't have to deal with this for a while.
Hopefully.
Because I mean, the engine's like it doesn't
Solid?
oh my gosh, it's quiet as heck. I mean, the car doesn't shake. You know what I'm saying? It's like it idles.
It doesn't
like,
vibrate or anything.
my God, it idles like butter. It's really nice. So I think he should go through, and I think he should do a front mount and an intake just to get rid of all those hoses anyways. Those plastic intercooler or whatever that is in it.
Right.
And do a front mount, and then do all the radiator hoses, and maybe do a new clutch for the clutch fan. Just as maintenance stuff. But it's like the engine bay is clean. I was working on it today, and it was really clean. Very impressed. So I'm, regardless, even $13,000. I think that's a good price for a legitimate right-hand drive 1J
Right.
C-Sor.
Wait, considering the condition and the market, how it is out there with all of the different vehicles being gouged,
my
I
gosh.
guess I
Yeah.
would say, like, I think you mentioned 20,000 for an automatic Skyline. Or something?
Automatic 4-door Skylines are going for 20 grand, and I'd rather have a Soarer any day.
Yeah.
So even though R34 4-door is like still one of my dream cars,
I love to have an R32.
I just Jay-Z swap it, huh?
I'd like to have an R32, but
The R32 4-door would be nice too.
I like an R2 two doors.
I like the four. I don't like the 33s. I think the 33s.
I don't know, 33s are gross. But yeah.
So that was my adventure. He's got a car, but I've been getting a lot of angry texts,
Still.
messages.
Really?
He goes through phases, he spent $13,000 and he can't drive the car, so I get it. I get that, but that's like kind of like
Cars.
that's the nature of what we do, right?
Right.
But I changed the alternator fuse. I put the alternator in there, and I went to Advanced Auto just to verify. Because, I'm just like, man, somebody rebuilt this alternator. Like, what schmuck that rebuilds alternator is going to rebuild an alternator and it's going to go bad right away? Like, well, then again, it was in Miami. So, but I took the alternator to Advanced Auto to have it tested. We put it on the alternator tester, and as soon as we press start, a big old spark, pow! And it freaked the lady out behind the counter, and she's like, I've never done this before. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, no, I think that's what my problem was already. So I was like kind of expecting that. I was laughing. She was scared, but it was fun.
That's hilarious.
So that's what I've been up to this last week. Because we picked up the car on last Saturday morning, and then it broke down Saturday night, and then towed it back to the house on Sunday. And it's been sitting in the driveway.
That definitely sounds like it's been an adventure for sure. I mean, with multiple vehicles. I mean, I was just thinking to myself, is like, how are they going to top the wheel coming out of the vehicle? Coming out of that SE300.
It's top. Hey, they actually have a flare that's like underneath the glove box that goes in this little spot, like a road flare. So if you break down, it's there still.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Japanese flare?
Yeah, Japanese road flare, yeah. Yeah, it lights up in Japanese colors.
Does it have a part number? Have you bought it actually inspected?
I didn't I was doing a bunch of other stuff.
I would take it out and sell it on eBay.
No, I'd leave it there. Keep
JDM
it
Look
flare.
at you trying to sell everything.
Actually, I'm gonna talk them into getting. They make dash covers just to protect the dash.
Yeah.
So he puts the things over it, but you want to keep that. You don't want that dash to crack. There's got to be a way to condition that, right, to get it back to life, or no? Because it's not cracked, but you could see, like my E30, you can see it's dry. There's a round spot where you can see it's drying out.
Are you talking about some sort of shampoo where you massage the dash in order to be able to bring it back to life or maintain the sheer sheen of it?
Yes, to rejuvenate or what do they call it? Reinvigorate, but what do they call it? Moisturize is a word. That's a word we could use. Gosh, you guys are weird. I was thinking, rehydrate the dash. I don't know. To get it back to, not obviously back to original spec, but like try to get rid of that dryness. There's got to be something out there to keep it from cracking.
Well, we got to probably look at. I'm just trying to think. Like maybe there's some sort of body wash, or we got to look at some like health, like care, beauty products,
some kind of bath
that
salt
might
or
be
something.
able to actually be
salt dries. Salt dries. You wouldn't want to put
maybe
salt
mushrooms. Rub some mushrooms on it.
It could be some homeopathic remedy or something like that.
Some homeopathic
Homeo. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, so that was my adventure. That's what I've been working on this week. I'm trying to, I'm actually trying to sell, because I'm going to have to finance Brandon Pico de Guy's work. So I'm trying to sell my my mini bike.
Oh, for a moment there, I thought you were going to say the E30.
He's
I might be selling an E30.
What?
I don't want to.
What?
He doesn't drive it.
I don't. Well, it's not that. I don't drive it, but it's like I got this project and I don't want to sell it. But there's part of me that's like, I shouldn't have bought it.
No way.
I got buyer's remorse, but I love the car. I drove it yesterday. I drove it 2 days ago, and I just like driving it. Like I'm just like, I just love driving this thing. AC works and it makes kind of weird noises and stuff. But yeah, I don't want to sell it. But the thing is it's got rust, so I don't think I'll be able to sell it, because some of the E30s I was looking at before, they're still up. They're still up, so I don't think I'm going to sell it. So I'm not putting it for sale because
we could raffle it.
Yeah, to who?
Do a raffle.
Do a raffle?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to break even. No, you need people.
How do we divide that by 10?
Raffle it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Divide that by.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, I don't
If you
want to
get
lose.
100 people, it's only $65 a raffle ticket.
Yeah, if you get 100 people,
You can get
But
100
then it'd be
you'd have to promote it.
we still
Promote it.
need to figure out like are people going to be interested in the car
It's
itself?
an E30. Of course, they'll be interested. $65.
It has rust.
Hey, don't say that. It's got aged things.
It's progressive
Right.
weight reduction. It's it's not unrepairable. It's definitely repairable. Like the frame rails aren't rusted. It's just that one spot because it leaked. They all have that problem where the water wants to sit on the driver's foot pan, like on where the dead pedal would be. The passenger side isn't. The passenger side's fine. It's just that one side right there, and it was
You know,
it was parked underneath some trees. So like the gutters, which actually went to there was an E30 in a junkyard, and I cut the gutters.
I was trying to stop buying stuff, but maybe I.
Oh, shut up!
What are you doing?
You need another car. I need another car.
What are you doing? God, what a flex. What's the matter with you?
Oh,
Freaking trying to be top G over here.
yeah. Top G. Hey, he's top G. Anyway,
Jeez Louise.
that may be a possibility in the future.
Oh, God.
We'll see.
I mean, because I was looking at the car, I was like, why is there a tarp underneath? I'm like, is
Because
it?
it leaks. It's a BMW. I jumped the gun when I said, hey, it doesn't leak. Remember that?
It is
And people were like, what do you mean? BMWs don't leak. What are you talking about? BMW doesn't leak. And then I'm like, it leaks. It leaks and it ruined my driveway.
Aw.
Wife's not happy. So I parked it in the grass, but then I realized because I was never driving it, I'm killing the grass and the swale.
Okay.
So I put it back in the driveway and put a tarp underneath it. So that way, if it does leak, it'll leak on the tarp. Well, the gas tank leaks.
You just need to do one of those, like.
So the gas tank needs to be replaced too. Because
You need to do a pee pad. Just a little pee pad. With that.
Ah, yeah.
No, but but that blows away. So I have a tarp.
You
and
get rocks.
that doesn't work.
4 rocks and a pee pad.
No. I had like cardboard underneath it, but that didn't work.
Well, you had a bunch of rocks in that container that
Yeah,
you
yeah,
poured
with
into
the-
your coffee
yeah,
there.
there you go.
It needs some
Maybe
rust.
that's what that is.
Yeah, so it
It's
needs
his oil.
it needs some rust repair. Mine are cosmetic. The only 2 major rust repairs are the footwell.
Why are you trying to make the raffle so difficult?
Yeah,
Oh,
stop.
sorry.
Yeah, it's great. E30 runs well. It's
I
amazing.
got some rotor wheels,
Rotor wheels.
16 by 8 in front, 16 by 9 in the rear. That we could go on. I have the coilovers
But you bought wheels, but you never put them on.
because I didn't buy tires because my guy said I got to stop spending money on it. Like I was spending money on that. I'm like I'm not spending money on this. I was like I guess.
If you got wheels, you might as well put tires on them. Just put the cheap tires. Put junk tires on them.
No, I actually found a guy selling 16-inch tires for $160.
You
Brand
can
new.
buy like cheap tires for $45 on Amazon. Buy the cheapest tires.
So here's the other
Wait,
thing.
hang on. I think we established the cheapest place to buy tires is Alibaba.
well, yeah.
I mean,
but, yeah,
we-
you
that-
gotta
the
buy a
crate of,
You gotta buy a
uh,
container full.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Amazon is where I'm only buying tires from.
Okay, all right.
Kenda's for $120 on
That's
Amazon.
normal. That's normal.
Yeah, but you that's not normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
If you have an account somewhere.
No, you can buy it for $120.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Where?
eBay.
Maybe eBay,
Yeah, I bought mine for $115.
but they do free shipping.
Yeah,
I think he's a liar.
I'm not lying.
Probably.
Yeah, no.
Probably lying. No.
Yeah, you're a
Probably
liar.
not.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways.
I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever heard or been to Colorado?
Colorado?
No.
Nope, never been to Colorado.
Do you
No,
know
that's where what's his name lives? Frick, what's his name?
Magic Mike?
Magic Mike. Yeah.
Oh, did you reach out to him?
No, I completely forgot. Well, that's I was getting to the point that I was
Were you
saying
there on a
is that-
secret mission?
No, I decided
Secret
to take
mission base.
No. I
Building
decided to
out a
take
new,
a little vacation,
Really?
just time away from all the shenanigans that takes place down here in South Florida, and I decided to come back so that way I took one for the team in order to inform everyone that Colorado is a horrible place, a horrible, dangerous place for you
What?
to.
Yeah, here's
Yeah,
some
you
stories
shouldn't go there whatsoever. It's dangerous.
What?
Yeah, it's very dangerous. There's like torrential weather that's
I thought you meant, like-
horrible.
Oh, the warm weather.
Even worse than South Florida. There's no guardrails anywhere, so you could just really
Drive right off the cliff.
yeah, exactly. And it's pretty bad. I really would not recommend anybody to go to Colorado because you get to experience some of these craziness that you're like, this isn't right. This is not good for the human society.
Which craziness you talking about?
Yeah,
Because you
what are
talked
you
about
talking
some
about?
craziness earlier. Are you going to mention that craziness?
No, I'm not gonna mention
man.
that craziness.
It's like blacka crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the hell that was?
Yeah, I don't know either. But you know,
Just
Tim
look
went
up
there
current
and
events
so
in
forth.
Denver area.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it got a little crazy over there with these people.
From Miami, I think, right?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
That's beautiful.
So, yeah, so let me just
Road looks
kind
nice.
of give you guys
So
an
did you
idea.
get a Tesla on this one, on this trip too?
No,
You should have got a
actually,
Tesla.
Yeah, you should have freaking.
I
And
should
spent
have.
half your trip charging it.
or
just to punish yourself.
get halfway up to the mountain and turn back, and then because you can't go all the way up to the mountain because there's no charging stations up there.
You're right, but I would have been able to recharge it on the
You
downhill
use regenerative
section.
braking on the way down. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, exactly. You fool.
Fuel.
You fool.
I'm a fool.
Anywho, all right.
Anyway,
So
what
let
we
me go
looking at
ahead
here?
and display to people like one of the reasons why it's unsafe. The place is unsafe. It's not safe for anybody to go out there. But
Been attacked by a bear or something?
oh no, I'm just take a look at this. This is kind of
Oh,
like
wow.
a quick
Oh, my
time
God, you're
lapse
going pretty fast.
of the drive that I took in a Chevy Suburban, a big
Ooh.
vehicle.
Now you get a Suburban.
Yes, now I get a
You
Suburban.
freaking
Does it have windshield wipers?
Yeah.
I mean,
prefer not to
I
use
try not to. I'm trying to illustrate how dangerous it is.
You're
So this
filming.
is at the base of the
Military
start
base?
of Mount Evans, one of
Oh my
the
God.
mountains that you could actually drive up to.
Well, it's getting
And
cold.
it kind of gives you an
colder.
idea of what
Man, that's
to
a
expect.
long drive.
Well, the speed limit is 30 miles per hour, so it is pretty a significant drive.
Ooh, that's high right there.
Yeah,
Now I'm starting
so-
to freak out. That reminds me of when I was in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude, you're just look at that. There's no way I could drive that. I am the biggest chicken. I am totally afraid of heights when I'm in a car. When I'm driving. And I went
road is-
off road.
Trashed.
Yeah. So
What in the world?
Why don't you use
How high is that up?
the
high.
peak is at about 14,000 feet.
Oh wow. So
Here.
did you have to stop?
Huh?
Did you have to stop and then like settle? Because once you get like past like 10 or 11,000 feet, you're supposed to like stop. for-
Oh no! As you can see, I kept going.
Oh god.
He's on a one-way road now.
Did you have any chips in the car?
chips?
No.
No, but like so
And
when
that's
we were
it.
when we were in Hawaii, all our chips that we took up when we got to the top of the
deflated.
mountain were like huge.
Oh, they were all
They
inflated.
were all
yeah, 'cause-
in our water bottles were all like they're all big. You didn't.
Oh yeah,
Good,
yeah. I know
yeah.
what you're talking about. Yeah, that's something that was pointed out to me that the chips, the bags were like poofed
yeah,
because of
less pressure.
yeah, the pressure and so forth. But yeah, it was crazy. So
Did you take any Viagra or anything? Or
What was he doing up there?
no, because it's supposed to be because it's higher elevation.
right.
You're supposed to do something
Harder
because
to
you
get
need.
ready.
Well, it's higher elevation. It's physics.
Okay.
Anyways,
Anyways,
All right. So this is not my first time just dealing with this. It was just one of those things where it was my first time in this mountain.
Okay.
Before I had done Pikes Peak, and so I was kind of familiar with what to expect. But considering how
the Pikes Peak isn't. Does it get like? Does it have snow on the top? Pikes Peak?
I'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
So the craziness part of it was that when I went the first time to Pikes Peak, this was years back, I wasn't expecting not only the effects that the elevation change was going to have on you, but also how much the weather changes too.
Mm-hmm.
Because back then at the base, it was about like 70 degrees, which was tolerable. You know, I went with like a tank top and shorts,
Right.
like Miami style. And then when I got to the top, it went down to like 40 north of 30, around the 40s, the temperature. So I was just like really struggling to deal with that. I had to get a blanket and so forth. But
Yeah, that's cool.
this time around, though, I was a little bit more prepared and well aware of what to expect. But what I wasn't expecting, how rough or how bad, however you want to call it, the weather was going to be, because it kept saying before I even got there that there's going to be rainstorms, that it's been raining the whole week, and there was going to be a chance of snow, but over like later on in the week. So I was like, okay, it can't be that bad.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, as you can see in the footage, that you saw that at the before even the base of the entrance, you saw how the weather seemed like calm. It was clear. It was nothing crazy. And then all of a sudden, it got progressively worse. You saw some rain. Then you saw the snow. And then on top of that, you see the way how the snow was sort of like laid out, really kind of like I guess you could say, limited your elbow room, I guess, for the vehicle. I mean, in both instances that I've been in driving up a mountain, I've been in a vehicle that maybe hasn't been ideal for that kind of those sort of conditions. You would think of Suburban, but at the same time, like for me, I was thinking myself, well, it's a huge car. The road is pretty narrow.
Well, yeah.
Right? As you can, I mean, I don't know if you saw it. There was a couple of times where I actually had to stop in order to allow like the vehicles from that were heading downhill, just to kind of give them room, or like allow me to have some room in order to actually be able to like safely drive around. And just to kind of give you guys another perspective of how this is. See,
Oh, you took your drone.
No, that's not the drone. That's
Oh.
not the drone. Hang
That's
on,
not the drone? Oh.
because people need to see exactly what this is. So this is a still shot of just phone camera, and it's kind of outlining how the side of the mountain over here, and this is how the road where it goes.
Why there's no rails, man? What the freaking hell?
It's a good question. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's dangerous. But so let's go ahead and play the footage, and you can kind of get a better perspective as to what I'm talking about.
Look at the edge of the road.
It's like falling apart. The hell, dude?
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't drive that. There's no way.
So this is where
I would feel much more peaceful in a nice little sports car than the freaking gigantic boat.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at.
I would, an FRS would
You were driving, right?
Yeah, I was driving. I was the one behind the wheel. I was the one that went through the hassle and the pressure.
Were you scared?
So here's the thing.
Oh.
Let me get into the whole process that I kind of went through. As I was going up, and I hadn't dealt with this elevation change in a long time, I was kind of surprised at the effects that it was having on me, because all of a sudden, like, I felt like this crazy pressure in my head.
Because you didn't take the Viagra.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
sure.
telling you. Yeah.
Okay,
Because steer was something else.
right.
You have to focus.
Anyways, thank you, Paul. I think. So I felt this like crazy pressure, and I was just like, okay, well, this is part of the process. All right. But then they always tell you, like, when you're up there, that especially at the summit, to just take it easy, relax, don't do anything crazy, or don't do any extraneous kind of movements, because obviously your breathing, the air is going to be limited, and you're going to really kind of like struggle to kind of move about, because it's just that bad. Okay. And I'm telling you, it was one of those things where you go through like 5 steps, but if you do it quick, you're easily gotta just want to be like kind of want to sit down immediately, because you're gonna be like breathing heavily, and you're gonna be gasping for air for a bit. Not only that, like, I mean, I remember the first time it happened, it made like some weird. I was going through like a phase. I can't even describe it. And this time around, like, I just felt like I wanted to shut down.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, you're supposed to stop. You're supposed to stop around 10,000 or 11,000 feet and let your body acclimate. Yeah, and then go up further, but not then.
Yeah. No. I just kept going, because I was like, this is pretty fun. in a way. Oh no, it was horrible. It was horrible. I needed to really push the limits of what the experience is going to be like.
So who took that video? Diane, I was gonna say you weren't doing that while you were driving.
No. I wasn't that crazy.
And I'm assuming you guys were on your way back down.
Yeah. This is the downhill portion of it.
Okay.
But it kind of gives you a good perspective on sort of the scale of it.
Okay.
The fact that there's no guardrails, so you could easily fall into trouble.
Oh yeah. And what's at the top? Was it like a park or just a small little place to hang out?
Yeah, it was kind of one of those things. So the other crazy part is that it was snowing so much, and because there was just so much cloud and all that, you couldn't really see far into the distance.
Right. Visibility was low.
Yeah, it was very low, and just to kind of give you another idea of like how low it was.
Oh my gosh, you can't see nothing.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, I couldn't drive that. Look at the guy in front of you. He's like driving in the middle of the road too. So
Yeah.
that I can't do that, man. That's one thing I can't do. Actually, I'd do. Oof.
You had the windows open.
Yeah.
I would do better in weather like that because when it's a clear day,
God.
you can see even further down, and it really freaks you out. But
Yeah, look, he's
the guy in front of you is like trying to. He's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna drive that close."
There's no stopping him
Yeah,
once you
let
go
me
over.
ask you something.
Yeah.
Do you or do you not like just like think to yourself like something
I should just
inside
drive
you
off.
says drive off, and you fight that feeling,
I don't fight it,
but it crosses your mind.
but it crosses my mind.
Why? What is that?
I don't understand what it is.
You're just like drive off. You're like, no, I'm not going to drive off. And you have this the whole way down.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
yeah, no,
I don't know. I do the same thing when I'm like on like heights. When I'm on a ledge,
jump.
It's just like go, jump. When you want it,
Jump.
go. But I'm like, no,
I'm not doing that.
no.
So, and then here's the other part that I was gonna bring up that I mentioned earlier, like off camera, is that I was saying like, oh, this is where I can relate with Tim, because for the longest time, like we've kind of ragged on Tim about like, oh, he can't drive over bridges, and like, what's the big deal? And, but I don't know if it was a combination of the effects of the elevation change, along with the fact that I was driving this boat on this narrow road.
Yeah.
Not to mention that I don't know what the conditions of the tire are. I know it's very cold, so obviously grip levels are going to be diminished.
Yeah.
And a combination of everything.
Possible ice being on the road.
Yeah. All these different possibilities that could happen, and of course, just kind of, all these thoughts coming crossing my mind is like, oh, what happens if I turn?
No, it's not. I don't think what happens. I'm just thinking, turn off the road. just drive off the cliff.
Right.
Drive off the cliff. And I'm constantly, no, I'm not going to drive off the cliff. You don't want me driving. If we ever go on a trip like that together, somebody else has to drive. I'll sit in the back seat with my head down the whole time.
Yeah. And it was, I kid you not, like, I remember just looking to the right, like just driving through that section, like in that footage, just looking right, and immediately just getting like this crazy sense of vertigo. Even though like it wasn't like to a full extent where like I was just like, or anything like that. But I just remember like thinking like, oh, I can't look to the left or right.
You have any like park rangers pass you at like 100 miles an hour going up and down the mountain?
With flipping you off. Freaking
No, thankfully not.
And when we're in Hawaii, the park rangers, they go up and down that mountain so many times, like they get right on your butt and then they pass you and you're just like, ah.
Yeah.
Kind of freaky.
Yeah, it was that experience was wild beyond belief. But it was one of those things where I was just like, I don't know how I survived that. I mean, I was taking like everything into consideration. It was just one of those things where
But
I was
you
like,
enjoyed it though, right?
I hated it. I really hated it.
Nah, you enjoyed it.
Yes, I really hated it. Yeah. But talking about mountains, that wasn't the only mountain, and I went for a sequel for my previous experience with Pikes Peak, and here's a little bit of time lapse of that.
That's Pikes Peak?
Yeah, this is Pikes Peak. And what's really cool about this is one of the things that's pretty cool about this is they're actually setting up for the hill climb race that's happening at the end of the month.
Oh, nice.
And
yeah, but Pikes Peak doesn't have so much of a temperature change, right?
Oh, it does.
It does?
Yeah,
How high
of
is
course,
Pikes Peak?
because the summit is also 14,000 feet.
Oh, wow.
Really?
So it's a significant amount. But
We'll just drive.
I wanted to highlight this part, all of this, because again, it was similar to Mount Evans in the sense that it starts off with clear sky. Well,
You know, when the
clear
trees
skies.
start to disappear, that's when you're at like 8,000, almost 10,000 feet. Because you get to a certain height, the trees disappear.
can't grow anymore.
Yep, and
And the
that's-
oxygen's gone. Yeah.
But what was wild is that, like, you see how
you're
all of
going
a
through
sudden
the
you
clouds.
can't see anything. Your visibility is like severely limited, and you're having to kind of like, where's the car in front of me?
I can't believe the people just walking up the road.
And cycling too.
Oh, yeah, I was a cyclist, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw some chemtrails.
Yep, and that's the top.
You drove off the end?
Oh, yeah.
Done.
I took a shortcut on the way back down. But
Well, that's great, man. You had a good time then.
a horrible time. A very, very horrible time. Yeah.
You came back, you arrived alive, and
Yeah.
you made it back.
And I'm telling you, like, just doing it in the Suburban was just a mistake. But I had no other choice because I wasn't the only one in my party, and obviously I had to accommodate everybody.
You should have rented a Jeep. Didn't think about that.
I think it'd be the same because I
at
needed
least you had four-wheel drive.
I needed something. No, the Suburban was 4-wheel drive.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, but I needed something that with room for 7 passengers.
Okay.
Yeah,
I see
so
what you're
that's
saying.
why. I mean, if anything, a Jeep Wagoneer, but I just think it'd be
No, the
it
Wagon-
performed the same as a Suburban.
No,
The
you're
Jeeps
fine.
aren't. They really aren't that spacious.
Yeah, but I do want to mention how you brought up the park ranger, how they were usually just going fast.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice a couple of, like, there was a school bus, a cheese wagon,
Yeah, I
that was
saw it
just
at the
like
end.
flying down the hill. Like, I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm sure there was like everybody on the bus, I'm sure, was having a good time.
Well, the bus driver probably does it all, a
Exactly.
ton of times, so he's used to it.
Yeah. But it was a crazy time, crazy moment.
Nice.
But we'll see what happens again. But yes, more of the story. Do not go to Colorado. It is a dangerous place, and if you care for your life, for your safety, definitely do not go there. Yes, do not go there, please.
Weird.
Do
Okay.
yourself a favor.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyhow,
I'm trying to prevent something from happening, Paul.
Okay,
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 all right. I'm
gotcha,
trying to. This is my PSA.
Okay.
All right.
Sure.
well, we're all caught up now, right?
Yeah, that took a while.
Yeah, it took a while.
Yeah.
All right.
So
That's the
There were
current
some
events
drift
for
events.
us. There was some drift events.
while we were gone,
There was.
yeah, there was
Formula Drift.
ProAM,
Yeah.
which our
The U.S. Drift Circuit.
Yes, I mean ProAM.
Pro-Am.
U.S. Drift Circuit Pro-Am, which our own Gaby J competed in with no clutch.
Okay.
That was sad to see, but maybe he will come back next round on
Yeah,
fire.
well, he paid for the whole.
He paid for the whole season, so his clutch blew up. Too much horsepower. He blew up his clutch, so now he's trying to get that repaired, and he also ended up after he blew up his clutch, he ended up running into Sean, crashing into Sean, and destroying his
Wait,
control
what?
arm.
When was
he-
this?
After the event, or after he couldn't qualify, he went and did the fun day over on the other course with Sean, and ended up crashing in the back of Sean.
Why would you do that if your clutch is bad?
That's what I said, but he was just like, "I want to drive,"
No, I
so
mean, I
he
guess.
drove.
Well,
Into
the
the
other
back of
thing,
Sean's car.
the other thing you're not mentioning is that because I spoke to him and they were actually doing the layout for one of the later rounds.
Oh, yeah, yes,
So he
well, yeah,
was
what-
taking advantage of the opportunity
Yes,
to
that's
get some
exactly.
seat
That's
time
why
for
he
that.
said he wanted. Yeah, he wanted to drive. He
makes
wanted
sense.
to prepare himself for the other layout. So, but either way, he ended up crashing in the back of Sean's car.
So he prepared himself to crash.
He
Pretty
prepared
much.
himself. To
How bad did he crash?
Broke the arm.
What about Sean's car?
Sean's car is pretty.
Supposedly nothing really happened
Yeah.
to it.
Okay.
It was really Gabby that took the brunt of the
Yeah.
impact.
Yeah. So he bought Dustin Motors' control arm because Dustin Motor had one control arm for sale. So he bought that spare control arm and now replaced that. And he ended up buying the new GK Tech knuckles. GK Tech came out with 350Z knuckles. So he got those. So he added those on. So now he has these drop spindle knuckles on the front. Will give him more angle. So because one of his first qualifying run, he probably could have saved it if he had more angle. Because he just went in a little too much, a little too heavy. And he couldn't save himself because the wheels were all. I mean, he jacked up the pressure in the back, so he had no grip in the back anymore.
I'm surprised he listened. By the way, I just want to highlight that.
Well, he is now. So now he's stepping down from his 285s. Now he's going back down to 265s.
Right.
Trying to convince him to step down to 245s.
But let's rewind a bit because we were in communication with him, and he was telling us like, "Hey, I'm having this problem." Yeah. And immediately, Paul and I were like, "Oh, you need to take out grip."
Yeah.
But at the same time, Paul was like, "I don't think he's going to listen."
No, I don't think he was going to listen anyways. But he ended up doing it and taking out some grip. So and then he kind of realized that he needs to be down to 265 because everybody else was on 265, and he was the only one out there I think that was on 285s from what he was telling me. So he's trying to get 265s now, and he's trying to get the car fixed so that way he can drive it in the next. I think Jackson's doing a fun day only.
The 22nd. Right?
Yeah, so he's trying to drive that. So,
yeah, that'd be good because he can go in the back and practice again.
He can do it all. Yeah, and so that way he's ready for which I think the next event is in August. So he's going to try to do that. So we'll see. We'll see if he gets it ready in time. But he's got a lot of work to do.
Yeah,
because the car still doesn't. He's only has replaced the clutch. He's just getting the arms done, which I'm assuming he's going to finish this weekend and then have the car drivable to go to his buddy's place and have the clutch done. He's got to get the clutch done. The clutch done.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That'll be pretty quick.
No, but I told him while he's in there, he should do the pilot. Change the bearings.
Yeah.
No, change the throwout bearing,
right?
Because that's that internal slave thing. So I told him to change the internal slave, the throwout bearing, the pilot bearing, do all that. So we'll see what he does.
Yeah, I was thinking, how would you guys try to deal with that situation that he was in? If you're in the middle of a competition, in particular, I mean, let's say the qualifying portion of it, and all of a sudden your clutch starts slipping the way that it was slipping, how would you try to work around it?
Inject Loctite into my.
That's your solution?
It was like shoot Loctite.
So some people said that if you take soda, like Coca-Cola, and you it reglazes, reglazes it or something, that you can get some life out of it. So I think I heard that at Clutch Kickers, something like that, where they were doing that.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but I heard something about that. It would depend on how bad it's slipping. Like, obviously, it wasn't slipping too bad because the car was still going down the course. Like, it wasn't completely dead.
Right.
I still kind of curious if it was actually a clutch and wasn't just not releasing all the way, and it wasn't like riding it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Just be smooth on my shifts. I wouldn't be slamming through the gears too fast. I'd try to ease it in.
Could be a bad pressure plate, as
right.
well. It could be, yeah.
It would depend on how bad it is. I don't want to put myself in a bad situation. So if it was where I felt it was unsafe or I couldn't maintain drift or keep, like, it was just not doing anything, I would just drop out because it's not worth it. Right? If it slips when you're in drift and you're close to a wall, you're in the wall. It's not worth it.
And also, if it completely falls apart inside, that can destroy your transmission, destroy the motor. I mean, it could destroy a lot of different things.
Yeah, the risk doesn't outweigh the reward.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I'm like, you're still gonna send it? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, that's yours. I mean, you could destroy a lot of different things if you just.
Not only did he not send it, but he went back and practiced some more. Like,
yeah,
in tandem. Like, didn't just take solo laps, right?
Yeah, he sent it.
But Gaby has a knack for breaking things. Because, like,
I don't know.
No, in order why I say this is because, and this is my experience with him. When he first started borrowing the trailer, I swear, every time he borrowed the trailer, something would happen. Wheel fell off, Got a flat tire, bearing went bad. I was like, dude, like every time. I mean, I had that trailer for a long time. I never had any of that happen. I had one blowout one time, right? And so then that's one thing, right? But he fixes it, right? And that's fine. That's kind of like the deal. It's like we kind of all take care of the trailer together. But then I let him borrow my mini bike.
Oh, did you?
Oh, yeah, you broke your mini bike.
It was like, he goes like, dude, the chain popped off, man. I'm like, how did the chain pop off? And come to find out, he used to run motorcycles. He used to like revving it up. Well, the mini bikes, they're in gear all the time. There is no neutral.
Okay.
It just kind of slips. It has a clutch, right? And so it just kind of slips. So he was standing there and he just kind of ran like that and popped the chain. He goes, yeah, the whole thing popped up like that. I'm like, it doesn't have neutral. He's like, yeah, I kind of figured that after. So, here I'm at an event trying to get the chain back. So, Gaby has a knack for breaking things.
So basically, Paul, you won't have to worry about crashing into him when you get your car together to tandem with him. He'll just take himself out.
He'll crash into you.
Well, no, my whole goal is to crash into him.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's what I'm getting at. You probably won't ever get that opportunity.
Take himself out? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe one time. Maybe eventually. Get to smash into the back of him.
One of the things I remember from the event was how fast
Louis Lons?
Well, not only Louis Lons, but Lee Yearwood.
Lee Yearwood looked
the
at
BMW.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if you know this, but Lee Yearwood now drives an E92.
E92, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I really like the E92.
What?
I love the front end of it. What are you talking about?
I like the front end, but I don't know if I like the back. Like,
No,
I don't know.
I'm not a big
I
fan
like the
of it.
front, but I don't really like the back.
No, I'm not a big fan of the back of the car.
I mean, I gotta like the front because I'm putting it on this car.
Yeah.
But his car looks like a bone stock E92 though. It doesn't look like there's much. I know there's a lot of work done to it.
There's
But
nothing crazy about it.
Right.
But yeah.
It's got an RB in it.
of course it does.
But yeah, no, that looked interesting. Definitely looked like he was figuring out the car because he couldn't seem to get the line. A lot of people couldn't get the line. I don't know. I again, I'm not driving the track, so it looked like Taylor Ray definitely had it down. Taylor Ray put it on all of the points, so it was obviously achievable. But I don't know. You know what looked really weird for me is I don't know who set up the last exit turn, but that almost seemed like they were going to crash right into that wall. And when I was talking to Gaby about it, he said, yeah, the exit was set up that if you like shifted back this way on the like, because you're making a right, you're drifting to the right. If you just like, when you come out of drift, you shift back a little bit, or like tail, like you wave out the back. If you do that on that last turn, you're hitting the wall.
That's weird.
So it was weird the way they didn't follow the curvature of the wall for the exit. They like curved the last turn into the wall, which was like, I was just waiting for somebody to crash. And I think you probably can see it in the video that Ben was going to play.
Yeah, just for whatever reason.
Well, who set up you said,
I don't know who set up the course. Gabriel was saying there was some issue. Somebody didn't show up. And that,
what?
I guess somehow Noel was out there by himself while it was raining and trying to set up the course at night when nobody was there. I don't know. There's a story about it. I'm not sure if I'm telling it right, so don't take my word for it. But supposedly Noel saved the world with his cone powers.
Top G
powers.
Top G powers.
Or with his holiness. Come on. The event was blessed.
Yeah.
In more ways than one. Not only was the
top
presence.
end. Top end. Well, he is Garcia. Last name is Garcia, so you can say Top G.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh,
top
there we
end G.
go.
He's a top end G.
Top G.
Top end G.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at this. As Paul was highlighting the layout.
Is that Noel driving?
No, relax. Okay, this is the event. Euster Circuit ProAM
I
round
see what
one.
you're saying. Yeah, they're like
At
drifting.
Becca Sebring.
Well, no, that wasn't the last turn.
That was the last turn.
I don't think so.
I think it was.
Yeah, as we're taking a look, that's sort of the last turn.
Right here. That's the last turn. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
like,
see. Yeah, that's weird.
People wanted to go out wide, but it was the track was set up to go towards the wall, which didn't really make any sense from
That's a good 10 in there.
There were some good ones.
I didn't really get to catch too much of it, but like some of the runs I did catch, I don't know. It just seemed like they were
Louis Lons looked good.
struggling. A lot of bobbling. but they didn't have to get the rain. That was
yeah. That's
I think that was Steven Tassinaro.
Tassinaro did very well. You see how they kind of like go?
Yeah,
they go straight to the wall.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah, it's
well, they're following the. It looks like they're following the race course.
So this is the final battle between Louis Lons and Nick Ward, and it did end pretty spectacularly.
Yeah, so Nick really came in narrow there, trying to close the gap.
Well,
but both staying nice and wide.
Well,
but what happens here actually highlights the issue that Paul was bringing up. So let's take a look. Getting ready for the final turn, and kadoosh. And that's how it ends.
Oh, you know what's funny is the track official comes out to take Louis Lons' bumper off, and he's like yanking it, and Louis is like, "No, stop!
Yeah.
No, it's carbon Kevlar. Please stop!"
Yeah,
that bumper's like I don't know, like $2,000, $4,000. I don't know. It's ridiculous. The bumper and the body kit.
Why does he have it on the front of the car?
Well, that's the kit that what's his name put?
Who puts a $2,000, $3,000 bumper on?
What's his name
car?
did? What's his name? Oh God, I can't think of his name.
Josiah?
No, that's not Louis Lons' car. Is the Clutch Kicker's car
made by Zach Pollock.
Zach put that body kit on there. It's It's the HGK carbon Kevlar kit. Let me actually look it up right now. How much it is.
I would take that bumper off and run a fake one.
No, but he was screaming, "Stop! Don't tear it off!" And the guy's like, "What? Huh? What do you want me to do?"
Did it rip off or it never came off?
He ripped it off. I don't know if the bumper broke or the mount.
Do we have any footage of that?
If you give me some time, I might be able to find it.
I can get you, but
I still need to get it over here. What? Just focus on something else.
I'm gonna try to. Well, you talk. I'm gonna try to.
Yeah. No. So from what I heard or what I saw, that video actually didn't look like it played in favor of what I originally thought. Like Nick Ward did cut in shallow, and he was cutting the course to try to maintain proximity. But from what I saw in Nick Ward's footage, it definitely looked like Louis came to almost like a dead stop. It's hard to judge the speed of both vehicles with the drone, though, because the drone's kind of flowing with them.
Right.
And it's not really, I think they should have the drones just be above the cars instead of doing the chase cam. And I think we talked to Pat Gooden about that and a couple other judges that chase cam drone.
$700. I thought it was more than that.
How do you come up with $2,000-$3,000? Because that's $700. That's like two totally.
Well, Tim, your mistake
for the bumper
is that you didn't listen to your own advice earlier.
No, yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah.
You listened to him.
Yeah.
You told yourself earlier, don't listen to him.
Oh man. But anyhow, the in-car footage that Nick Ward had, it definitely looked like Louis stalled that car, just almost came to almost dead stop. But that video doesn't look like that. That video looks like Nick was way offline and didn't allow Louis Lons to transition.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I looked at that video a couple times and I'm like, whose fault was that? I can't really tell. I don't know if he slowed. I mean, they weren't really, and I didn't talk to the judges, but it didn't seem like they were faulting people for braking or decelling. He definitely decelled, but was it enough to just for Nick to slam into him like that, or was Nick just trying to stay close and slammed into him? I don't know. They obviously awarded it to Nick, so they must have felt like it was Louis Lons' problem. But it definitely, to me, it didn't seem. I mean, he was very bobbly in that. Louis Lons was very bobbly in that area on all of his drives, on all of his runs. So I don't know. I don't know.
Well, my observation from it was Nick was doing the same kind of transition throughout that section of the course throughout the whole time, from what I recall.
Okay.
And he was basically kind of just sort of sacrificing some of his position, some of the line, just to be able to actually just get right next to the person on the transition. And it worked. More often than not, it actually worked. And you would see that Nick would fall right next to the lead driver, and I think in many cases it would actually, the gamble paid off for him. It just, this time around, I think that he was, the way how he was setting himself up, it just didn't really work out, and it just put himself in that kind of position, which then we have to kind of go back to what was the judging criteria like? What was,
I was just gonna ask
that
that.
was mentioned, and we don't really know. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
like
the
it was
problem.
something-
Is if you don't know what the judges are looking for and what they're actually critiquing them on, it's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
was it his fault or was it not? You know.
Right, because if the judges are saying, "Hey, use the lead car as a mobile clipping point," Nick wasn't doing that because he was running
He
really.
was trying to get.
He was
close.
running variants. He ran mostly an inside line. If you look at that video from initiation, way inside, trying to keep the proximity, right? So he's trying to stay there, right there, and apply the pressure, which is great. But if the judges were like, "Hey," well, like I said, I wasn't at the judges meeting. Were you? Did you make the judge? No. Did they have a judges meeting?
Come on, Timmy. Yes,
I
of
don't-
course.
I'm just asking.
Oh,
I
okay.
wasn't there.
Oh, that's true too. Okay, yes, they did have a
Okay.
judges meeting, whatever.
Okay.
Meeting, whatever.
I think it was actually on the live stream. I think you heard it when they started up live stream. It was actually playing it, but
Yeah.
Well, FYI, I found the footage,
Oh, okay. Good.
and just to anybody's listening, just I don't know how loud it's gonna be, so just
Prepare
just be
yourself.
aware. Yeah, exactly. So we're over here at Louis Lanza's page, and if it's actually one of the recent
$700 bumper.
posts- Yeah.
Don't break it! Don't break it! No, 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 no! No, no! No!
It's already off.
I said, "Don't break it." Oh, he's like, "Let me just rip this off here."
Don't break it! Don't break it! No, 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 no! No, no! No! I said don't
Wow,
break
he was
it!
yelling. I mean, you can hear him from that far away.
Yeah, no, I heard it on the live stream. I was like, "Oh my god, he's ripping off his stricken carbon Kevlar bumper."
Oh, wow.
I thought they were like $2,000, but yeah, $700. But still, that's a lot. That's,
That's
how much I
still
paid
a
for
lot
my
of-
kit.
Yeah.
And that was just a front bumper.
Wow. What can you do?
And and the thing with him is he has the carbon Kevlar showing, like it's built into his theme. Like if you see the car, like you see a lot of it, like the whole front end, you see the carbon Kevlar.
Right.
When they had the car previously, they didn't
Wrapped
it
in
was
black.
all wrapped. It was all wrapped or painted. I'm not sure. So
Looks like everybody had a good time.
yeah,
Avoided the weather. The rain, anyways. How was your experience there?
It was hot. I will say that. It was the day felt long. I will mention that.
you got there late too.
Yeah, I got there just in time for the competition. On the way up, I was watching the live stream, kind of getting a sense as to how the qualifying was going. I saw how Gaby did, and I was just like, damn you.
Turn around.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Turn around.
For a
I'm
moment there,
going home.
I thought about doing that, but no. So I kept on, and yeah, I got there, and then I kind of got to kind of test out some things, and I was actually surprised to get Nick Ward to.
You did?
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I saw that.
yeah,
Oh, yeah. I didn't get to watch the interview, though. I saw
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, was
It
it?
was good. It was good interview.
It was good. It was good to catch up with him, just to kind of, and it was crazy because he's still, and in the interview, like at the very end, I mentioned how we had to fish his car out of the track. Well, everybody kind of cleared out because of the rain, and they got really lucky because it hit pretty hard. I mean, if it was if they would have gone like one more time, or if they would have probably done the other half of that battle, it would have been rain.
Yeah.
So, or some sort of delay. But yeah, everybody cleared out, but Nick's car was still on the track.
Really?
Yeah. And he ended up having to pack everything. He brought out the whole taxi garage kit, the carts and the tents, everything. He packed everything, and once he was packed, he left the car for the final thing for him to actually load up onto the trailer.
Would you take the trailer out to the track and load it up out there?
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah, it makes
drove
sense.
it out, and me and a couple of other guys kind of helped him push it onto the track. It was pretty bad, the amount of damage.
Yeah.
He hit pretty hard.
Yeah. So he got first. Lons got second. Who got third?
I can't think of
Oh,
it right
yeah.
now.
Taylor Ray stepped out and gave third to. It was 2 Corvettes. It was Taylor Ray was the Corvette, and then there was somebody else.
Lons had a Corvette.
I'll try to look.
Tassinero.
Okay, Tassinero. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which he was on something, man, because he.
Yeah, he definitely was. He almost knocked me out.
Oh, that was him.
That was him.
The
He almost
cone?
knocked me out.
The cone?
With the cone?
Yeah, with the cone.
He was on one because, dude, like I think he went one more time against somebody, and the amount of like a speed difference that he had, I think it was Louis Lons that he went one more time against.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But then lost again. But it was the difference that he had from the first run to the second run on the grip. Like I don't know what him and Pat did to the car different, but the car was just like way faster.
Yeah.
It just looked way faster. I don't know. It was caught right up to Louis Lons because before Louis Lons was taking him and gapping him, and then I don't know if it was just a tire change or they actually put some grip in the car, but it looked like a big difference to me when I watched it. So because I watched the one more time battle, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna get smoked by Louis, and then nope.
Yeah, I still don't understand why one more time though.
I don't even know why Louis won that. I'm trying to remember. I want to remember. I want to say Tassinero was doing very well because it was Nick Ward versus Taylor Ray, which he won that one. And I'm surprised Taylor Ray lost. And then Taylor Ray, I guess, gave it to Tassinero because he didn't want. He's not competing for the season.
Whole season, right?
So
that's good. That's big of him.
Yeah, he didn't want to take anybody's points away. So
that's good.
So that's what I think they said. So we'll see.
Well, talking about Lewis, one of the things I did want to highlight with his runs that was really kind of throwing people off was his initiation. And the way how he would initiate would kind of force people to in the chase position to check up. And when they would check up, that would allow Lewis the opportunity to actually just take a
How so?
How so? This may or may not be the best illustration of it, but I'm going to go ahead and try to display it to everyone over here in slow motion so that way people can get a sense. But you see how he kind of swings it around that way?
Does it manji entry? Wow, really heavy manji.
That's a really heavy one.
And then if you're not ready for it, you're going to freak out. And then...
And you can see that, man. Nick really did cut that to catch up, didn't he?
Yeah, but that was a heavy manji entrance. That wasn't like...
But he was doing that throughout the whole time.
Right, so at least it's consistent.
He had that going for him. And then what would happen oftentimes is during this section of the course, that's when he would create an even bigger gap.
Yeah, he would just right here he shoots out, and he still does. You can see him. He's just gapping.
Yeah, he is.
But
he doesn't.
Nick does a good job of noticing that and cutting the line there. Because Nick knows that he's not gonna keep up with him unless he cuts the line. So Nick cuts the line. And then when he starts widening out the angle, Nick pulls him in.
So right here, this is where the crash is, right?
Yeah.
So Nick looks like he's
after
in a
the
good
bobble.
spot.
He bobbles there.
That's where
he bobbles, and he adds a lot more angle.
Right.
And then he really adds a lot of angle, and there's really decelled almost down, and then Nick just prump.
Now, I mean, Nick was pretty far offline there, but that, like you said, that Lons bobbled pretty heavily there.
He kept on doing that. He would do that every time. So I don't know. Like I said, is it something that he's just doing to adjust the car? I don't know. I don't know. It's so hard.
There's rain in the background.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was coming down.
Wow.
But yeah, that was round one pretty much. I mean, I don't really have much else to report about it. I mean, I was there and captured some footage, obviously, and there wasn't really any crazy surprises.
Okay.
But yeah, the event went well overall. I didn't hear about any protests. I will say that.
Yeah, I don't know. If
I don't think there was any particular protest. So
I didn't hear anything, but
yeah, I don't know.
You wouldn't know. Yeah.
I think Lons protested that call.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but
Oh, that'd be news to me.
I think I don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't know
Okay.
what I'm talking
All
about.
right.
All right. So now
I sent you. Okay, so Formula Drift also happened, right? So, and we all didn't, don't have a play-by-play, but Chelsea won, which is great, and home track, right? So he won. But I did send you guys a video of the crash that he had. It was kind of crazy that he gets into this major crash, and they have the car fixed in a matter of minutes, and is able to go on to continue for the rest of the night. But I did want to see if you guys noticed something at this crash and try to figure out.
look, wait, hold on a second. I just want to say something. So I looked up the standings. Asbo is first. Chelsea is second. You're like, oh, Chelsea, he's not even close. Can't get much closer in second. Anyways, just wanted to mention it.
And again, you made the mistake of listening to him.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
As long as I prove wrong. Anyways,
Right.
back to the action.
So, Paul, what about this clip?
So the clip is the crash, but there's something about the clip that he highlighted on his Instagram. I'm like, where did that come from? And I don't know if he knows. I guess he knows, but it's interesting. So watch the clip. This is him putting it into the door.
Does he talk or
No.
just mute is fine?
You can mute it fine. Yeah.
Okay, all right, here we go. So what are we looking at? What are we trying to...
Just watch the crash, and then after the crash settles, watch what happens.
Boom.
Okay, look right now. You see it?
The water bottle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Go
What?
back.
Wait, I didn't see it.
From where? Where did it come from?
Okay, here we go.
It disappears.
Wait. Go
It's
back.
like a glitch in the Matrix, dude.
No way.
Like, dude, it's just like, boop. It's like,
Oh, Tim is gonna...
What are you
Tim is gonna-
Where's
Tim is gonna-
I don't even see. Where's the bottle of water?
you don't even see the.
I see a pedal. On
Right
the floor.
here. Look, right here.
Oh, I'm looking at the in car. Okay, let's do that again.
Watch this area.
Okay.
So we're watching. Boom, crash. Boop.
Where is that? What?
Bottle of water.
You sure it's a bottle of water? It's not just.
Water. It's a bottle of water.
Here,
Maybe it flew out-
We will slow it down. So
Maybe
that
it flew
way
out of one of the
everyone
cars?
Is aware.
What? They have a bottle of water in the car?
Well, why not? It's hot.
Well, you do see some water splash on the in car.
Yeah, you do.
But it just appears like a
It
glitch.
came out from underneath the car.
It's just
But just no.
got
but
water
well,
bottles under the car.
but
But
the
yeah, I
thing
did
is-
see. Well, huh?
the thing is that what Paul's trying to highlight is
Matrix.
the way how it
it
appears.
just pops up like
The glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah.
it looks like a glitch.
Now
in
the
the
bottle's gone. Where's the bottle at? You sure? I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I
you do
thought
see
it was
water
just-
splash from somewhere. But
I don't know if that's splash or just fragments of glass. Who knows what it is? It just hits something. That's that. I mean, boop. I swear to God, that thing just appears.
it doesn't even look like it. It looks
It
like it
doesn't
was
look real.
like- no, it doesn't look
It
real.
doesn't look real. It just looks like an extra piece that was added. Like
Are you sure it's a bottle of water?
it's a bottle of water.
Oh, okay.
That's so strange.
That is weird. That's what you
Wait,
wanted to
wait.
show us?
Yeah,
That was the
Hang
most
on.
exciting thing
Let's
for you?
see.
that was the most exciting thing for me. The bottle of water.
Oh, yeah,
Chelsea
that
put
could be
Chel-
glass. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Look at the
Yeah,
in
that's-
car.
that's-
Oh, yeah, that is, yeah.
Yeah, it's glass.
I'm surprised
Whoa,
they
wait.
still run glass in the car.
Where's the glass coming from?
It's got to be the side glass.
No, they don't have glass in the.
Dude, it's dirt.
That's
then,
water.
or whatever. It's water. He's got a container of water in the
Yeah,
back.
he's got a 5-gallon Gatorade jug in the back.
No, he's got like a package of water. You
Yeah,
know, like
maybe it's a cool
Walmart,
suit. Maybe it's a cool suit bag.
He's got water bottles in the back.
No, it's got ice in there.
And just a bunch of water
Oh,
bottles.
boy.
Anyways.
I don't know, but he posted it on his a bunch of memes on his Instagram.
mean
If
with
go
the
to
water
his
bottle?
Instagram,
About the water bottle?
yeah, about the water bottle.
yeah?
yeah. If you go to his Instagram, you can find it. So that was pretty funny.
Interesting. I wonder where they came from.
Yeah, I don't know. You could play the memes if you want.
All right, so now,
That'll forever remain a mystery, I guess, right?
so Chelsea took first. Who took second?
Oswald, I believe.
Oswald, okay.
And Kazuya Taguchi took third.
Yeah, and then
He also beat
James Dean.
James Dean
yeah,
in that bracket. So
yeah. So
Pretty
I'm trying
interesting.
to remember if I was like I had Chelsea to win this season. I have to look back at
Yeah, you'd have to look back
and
at
see
the tape.
because I feel like I did. I don't know. It looks like he's close. He's in the points. He's the talk of the town.
is it this year? Is this his
Is
year?
this his year?
Oh, I have to wait and
And then he's
see.
gonna retire,
No.
Wait, no way.
become a coach.
Coach.
Well, he's already a coach.
We're gonna go fast.
He's a coach of sorts. But one thing, Paul, you saw the event, right? For the most part.
I saw some of it. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about the so-called in-car telemetry that's displayed on?
I don't know, dude. It's like
It doesn't look accurate because I've watched some runs and I'm like, it doesn't even look like he's slowed down, but the lights look like they're
No,
slowing down.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the graphic that's displayed
They have
that kind of
graphics.
shows the
what
wheel speed and
yeah.
all of that.
Well, they've had that telemetry for a while. They didn't share it.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but,
I'm
how do you guys? I mean, I don't. Have you seen it? Do you know what
He
we're
hasn't
talking
really
about or
seen
no?
it.
I've seen the
I'll try to
telemetry
pull it up.
because Chris has showed it to me before in the past. And I think like a couple seasons ago, he showed me telemetry and where they're slowing down and elevation and everything.
Yeah,
And they
but
use
no,
that to
not-
analyze
you
their
gotta
runs and stuff. But I didn't know that they started letting the audience see it.
Well, they have like a graphical interface now that you can see what the telemetry is doing. I don't know. You don't know
I
what's
don't
going
think
on.
the fans need to see that.
I think it's giving them too. It's going to make it more harder on the judges because now you're going to have this telemetry that could prove the judges wrong. What about if the telemetry's wrong? And it's like, I just they need to step away from the detailed and get off of the detail and focus more on who cares who's getting the fans more engaged.
Especially as these drivers are getting so good, it's really getting harder to judge.
Yeah, yeah. It's just who crashes.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's really just who crashes,
or who breaks down.
who breaks. Yeah, who crashes, who breaks.
This is the detail that I was talking about.
Yeah.
This on the bottom left.
Okay, but that's mimicking what's on the windshield.
Yeah,
No, not
'cause it's-
entirely, because it's also adding the wheel speed to it too.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tracking wheel speed too?
Yeah, one's not going, one's not tracking though, right? Can you?
That's not wheel
enhance
speed.
that?
That's not wheel speed.
Can you
That-
enhance that so you see what it says?
that's not
Like,
wheel speed. That's
what's
actual
that?
physical speed.
Yeah, 144.
Wow, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Oh, why it was so bad?
But that's just it looks like it's the telemetry that's on the windshield, just they're adding the speed. That's all. Yeah, I mean it's just a gimmick.
No,
It's
the
just-
telemetry on the front is only G's.
That's what the look at the center
that's
of
not
the. Well, what I'm saying,
That's G-force, yes. So
I
yes,
understand.
yeah, that's G-force, but that's mile an hour on there, and throttle input. So you have
but on the windshield is G-force. That's what
yes,
they're using.
yes. So
Right.
the thing in
I'm
the
right.
center is the G-force. That matches what's on the window. Yes.
Isn't that what I said in the beginning?
No, you
I said what the
okay,
matches.
okay,
The only thing they added was the speed.
Well, now no, they have speed and throttle input. So you have the blue bar is throttle, and then you have the speed.
Okay.
So, but there's like no throttle from either. Nobody's on throttle. Like play this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like yeah, he's the lead's not.
Wow.
He's
How
not
does he get around the track with no throttle?
No throttle. Zero throttle.
Wow. Yeah, that's if it's not going to work right, then you shouldn't have it.
Yeah, and then you're really trying to say that Turk is at 25% throttle? Like,
Well, the lead,
Like,
the
really?
lead car putting all that smoke has no throttle.
It's on autopilot.
Oh.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what that's about.
If you're not gonna have it work, like if it doesn't work flawless, don't put it up.
Yeah.
But I think it's more just a gimmick. It's just something to put on the screen.
It's trying to
People
keep. They're trying to get viewers, but with that telemetry, they need to step away from telemetry. Make it. It's even like UFC's trying to do. UFC does better when they build up. I mean, Conor McGregor built up the UFC more by personality than they ever did by any rules or any
Well, we already
regulations
talked
or any
about that,
technical.
right? You need.
It has nothing to do with how technical or rules or how many rules you put on the damn thing. It's not going to get bigger that way. It's only going to get bigger by making it more exciting to watch.
Hype the drivers up.
Hype the
I'm
drivers
telling
up.
you,
Give them personalities. Make the people want to see.
tassels on the arms. I think there's some drivers that have that. We need more tassels.
Tassels.
Tassels on the
not
arms.
tassels.
Tassels.
I know we know you want a castle.
Tassel. And we need managers to help the drivers. You know, because some of the drivers they want to be like, oh yeah, man, it's good. No, you got to get a manager in there to talk.
Yeah,
the
the ones that can't talk,
smack.
they need masks.
They need masks.
And
yes.
a manager.
Yeah,
the manager will do
like
all the
Lucha.
talking. And
They
he'll
just stand there like the Undertaker.
Yeah.
They don't talk.
Kane.
Yeah, that's what they need.
Yeah.
I'm
Do
telling
it
you.
again. So wait,
What?
how do they stand again?
That's what they need to do.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, I don't remember. The only other crazy part was how they got Chelsea's car fixed
Yeah.
within seconds.
How they fixed
of
that.
the clock running out.
Yeah, they fixed that in a matter of minutes. Yeah. It's
Yeah, I mean
crazy.
that comes down to team, right?
They-
You get a great driver like Chelsea, you give him a good team, and you just seen where he how many years has he been with them? 3? No?
I want to say 5 years, 6 years, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of time. But
Right.
I was telling Gabby, I was like, dude, you got a team. Change the clutch. Go. Hop to it. He's like,
Yeah,
are
right.
you nuts? I'm like,
Yeah.
do it. I mean, if Chelsea's team is able to do it, change the subframe
Yeah, he's
in
got
5
it.
minutes, you could change the clutch.
You can
What's
change
the
the
matter
clutch
with
pretty
you?
quick, yeah. Just tilt the car
what
inside.
he should have done is, and I was telling him, I said, why did you even try to do the line? Nobody was doing the line. I said, you could have just done the most mediocre thing, just like barely getting out.
He was trying to do that.
No, he wasn't. He said he wasn't. He told me he was. He's like, yeah, you're right. I was trying to get to the zones because everybody was telling me I needed to get in the zones, and I could have just floated by and got qualified. And yeah, he could have definitely just skidded out this way, and be done. And it would have been fine.
And that goes down to having a separate game plan for qualifying and for competition tandem practice. Or not tandem practice, but I'm saying tandem competition and qualifying. You got to have 2 different strategies.
And getting the right information from your spotter, making sure that your spotters, because that's a spotter's decision to tell them, hey, look,
So you're saying it's one's
nobody's, yeah, it's all one.
Yeah, careful there.
all one's
Tread
fault.
lightly. Careful there. You're
all
talking about the
one.
legend here.
It's
all right.
all one's fault. I said it. No.
What's the
But
matter with you?
I mean, that's you, as a spotter, you're also caught up. Okay, you're looking at what everybody else is doing. But when I was looking at it, I'm like, all he needs to do is survive. He doesn't need to drive it.
Survive.
He doesn't need to drive the track great.
That's
He doesn't
better
need to be
advice than you
online.
gave me because you're going too slow. Go faster. Faster.
You're already qualified. This was, anyways. So he just needed to get around the track because people were losing their not being able to qualify just because they kept on spinning out. It's the same thing he had. He had spun out twice. So, if
But he was in a worse position though. It's like you mentioned earlier.
was he in a, no? Yeah, he was. He was fighting. So he was fighting his clutch. He was, yeah, but
Of course,
But I'm saying he could have qualified if he just, and he knows he could have qualified if he just would have went midline. If he would have been midline throughout the whole thing, he would have qualified.
right. But then it kind of goes against what you're saying earlier that you're better off just stopping and giving up because then you run the risk of damaging not only the clutch but the transmission.
But
and a
his
whole
game
bunch of,
plan,
and the
he wasn't
engine.
going to quit anyways, so he might as well. yeah.
Oh, okay.
His game plan, if you know his game plan, okay, the game plan is not to quit. Then, like, as soon as he said the clutch was blown, I'm like, okay, I would have packed the car up.
Oh, of course.
I would have packed the car up. I'm like, okay, that's done. Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to blow that up. No.
I don't have the energy to change the clutch out unless I have a lot of people around me. Said, "Yeah, we'll do it together." I'm like, "Okay, we'll do it."
Yeah, like when you blew up the diff. You didn't
Yeah,
wanna
but
do
I had a full night to fix it.
and broke the arm. You didn't
Yeah.
really want to do that. Oh, you blew the diff after we broke the arm.
No,
Yeah,
so I broke the arm and then fixed the arm and
then
then
the
realized that I blew the diff at the same
And
happened at
you
the
were
same
like,
time.
I quit. I'm done. And,
Yeah, it
and
was.
Rich was like, no, we got
Yeah,
this.
yeah, we gotta fix it. We gotta fix it. Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it as far as drift news, right?
Yeah. That's as far as I know. There are some events taking place. We mentioned already U.S. Drift Circuit having a fun day over at Sebring International Raceway around
Whatever
July.
happened with the Catch My Drift thing? Did that ever pan out, or
That's still going on.
still going on?
Their next event, I think. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Are they doing a live stream?
But as far as I know, they're still doing all of that. That's still taking place. Hop Pit Auto Fest is having their event on July 24th, if I recall correctly. Then you have July 4th, Drift HQ over at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Yeah.
Their annual 4th of July drift event. I know a lot of people are going to be attending that. Daniel Hoy, who was in the chat earlier, he mentioned he's going to be there.
Okay.
So it should be a fun time for him. And then there's some other events. Yeah, so
I'm gonna try. I'm going over to Puerto Rico towards the end of July. I'm gonna try to see if I can link up with the Circle of Drift guys. Not the Circle of Drift. I'm sorry, the Drift Island guys.
yes, okay.
Yeah, two totally. Sorry.
Yeah.
But the Drift Island guys. I reached out to them already to see if there's any events, and there is an event.
They have a podcast over there.
Yeah, I know. So I'm gonna see if there's an event over there. I think they said it was in early July, so we'll see.
You could practice your Spanish down there.
That's that's kind of the idea. I'm working on. Actually, I'm looking into going into like a immersion class.
Let me ask you this: if they give you the mic, hand you the mic, would you try to?
I would try.
Take a stab in.
I would try
in
a little
Spanish,
bit.
just straight up Spanish.
Well, no,
you are forbidden from
to
speaking
speak English.
any
very
English
quiet.
words.
Well, just ask me yes or no questions. That's all I can say.
They actually,
One day.
See, Catch My Drift actually didn't do their second event. They haven't done a second event yet. They've only done the first event. So, second event is on the 24th, which is next weekend, I think, right? So,
Oh, okay. Then I'm getting it
So-
confused with
MD Drift or ND
no Hop It Auto Fest.
Hot Pit Auto Fest.
With there, because I guess I thought it was going to be July 24th, but that's not the case.
Yeah, no, this is June 24th, so at Florence Speedway, South Carolina. So I'm gonna try to see if I can watch that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. In that case, 2 weeks from now, right?
2 weeks from now.
2 weeks from now. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. And be sure to follow us on the socials. And hope to see you 2 weeks from now. If all goes well, hopefully with a guest.
Yeah.
What's on your mind? Something's brewing before I sign off.
No, just I don't know. Like
Oh, here we go.
no, I'm just saying we got to think of something like as far as the show. Like
Okay.
we're gonna take it like I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, just
Vote if you want us to stop doing this show. Put it in the chat.
yeah. We'll
We'll
But
stop.
I think
We'll put up
we'll
a
definitely
poll.
have a guest for them. We'll find a guest for next one. We'll have an
Yeah.
interview or somebody.
maybe at the junkyard where you found that E30. We'll grab somebody from there.
Yeah, from the
Bring it
junkyard.
on the show.
From the
Yeah,
yard.
junkyard.
I don't know. You seen the guys at the junkyard?
I haven't been there in a while.
They're interested. Interesting characters.
Very
Interested?
yeah.
You've
Interesting,
solicited them? You
interesting
solicited them?
characters.
they're
Interesting
interested.
characters. Yes, they're interested. Anyways,
Anywho, all right. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. And one final thing, I loved Colorado. It is amazing, and I can't wait to go back. Take care and good night.